Mr. Rajesh Gupta.
From 1994 back, and what all I can say is, those were the two best years of my life. 92 to 94 were seriously two of the best years of my life. And what all we did, half of those things we cannot even tell.
Other half you can.
And other half are not worth it. So anyway, somehow got through the 2 years. Joined an organization called Tata Coffee. Basically, I was supposed to do sustainable forestry for them in their plantations and also work on some scheme for valuation of their timber resources. Worked around 9 years with them. I think 2003 seems to be a critical year for a lot of batchmates, and it was for me also. In 2003, I finally realized that neither the project is going anywhere, nor I am going anywhere. So decided to leave them and got back into looking for the job, because as already was said, as Vineet also said, when you're living in a forest, very difficult to find a job because newspapers are very, very old. So ended up on the road and tried finding a job. So then started into something called environmental impact analysis. And joined an organization, started doing some environmental impact analysis. Till date, I don't know what it means, but I did. Bilkul fraud. So anyway, did it. And then, working through many organizations, finally landed up into an organization where I do hydropower and set up projects for hydropower. So, a mix of the management skills we learned here and the engineering I learned earlier to try business. That's, family-wise, I have one wife. One son who is now doing CA, and my wife is CA, and my wife is a doctor. So keeps you live in Vadodara. Thank you.
He's not as serious as he sounds.
I would now like to call upon Mr. Ram Narayan.
Okay, a lot of hard acts to follow, so I should just start with just memories. And he didn't tell you that he's married to a junior. And we were mess secretaries when the GDs were taking place. So he said, Ram chalte hain, Ramu chalte hain. And he started offering all the girls and he said, usi se shaadi karunga. Unbelievable. I mean, dedication. Dedication, Swati, dedication. My first memory of, let me say something very clearly, that IFM changed my life. Those 2 years, they were unbelievable, they were exciting, and there are many people in my class, some professors and teachers and some seniors as well, who have all contributed to what I do now, which is basically I don't work, I just follow my passion and I live very happily. I'm single, so please note. Please note. Everybody interested? So the first day that I came for the GD was in March. It was really bloody hot, and met Vineet right at the entrance, and we went in and touched the walls. It was really cool, and we marveled at the architecture and the coolness of the campus and everything. And we were sure that we are not going to make it, and we swore a blood oath that कुछ भी हो जाएगा, अगले साल जरूर आएगा वापस. But IFM did take the risk. They said इनको पहले ही भेज दो यार, ये बाद में अगले साल आएगा तो बहुत हंगामा करेगा. So they got us in, and the very first day when I landed up at night, Jayesh sneaks into my room with toothpaste and tries to plaster me with all that. But I was already alert, so but yeah, and I was also a little underconfident because I wasn't sure. All these people, I joined about 18, 19 days after the rest because we had a long waiting list and do RA, ERA and all that. So the very first day I came, my good friend here, Pranay, he had a jeans on and one side was written Tom and the other side Harry, and his chappals were Ian Chappal and Greg Chappal. I said, boss, life ban gaya, ab mere ko koi chinta nahi hai, I will get across. So, and of course then after that, lot of unfolding of, we had many nice, wonderful teachers and people who motivated us and, just gave us the freedom to be who we became then and are now. And just to give you a bit of history, I don't have a science background. I'm from a very strange group called Corporate Secretaryship. And IFM actually allowed me a path back into the biological and ecological sciences. So for that, IFM was a wonderful place. Now I'm blanking out and people have to remind me what memories to talk about. Advait, you have a person over here I really want to specially point out because we have a lot of snakes on campus. Saw scale, pythons, russells and things like that. And I was terrified of snakes. So one day Advait took me along, he says, snake dikhata hun. And he caught one, I don't even remember what snake it was, and he pointed out the few things of how to go about studying snakes. And thank you, Advait. For me, that is a life-changing experience. He doesn't remember that, he doesn't remember, but I do. Yeah. So there are many, many memories, and दूसरे साइड से यहाँ से आके ना पूरा too many faces. I will look at somewhere there. Yeah. Okay, just a little bit of history. The first 21 years of my life before coming to IFM, I didn't stay in a single place for more than 2 years. My father was in the Air Force, so every 2 years we were shifting. The next 24 years I spent in only one place. This is in Uttarakhand. I absolutely loved that place. It snowed very hectically recently, and I was loath to come here. But all your love and affection has brought me back, and I would be happy to share more. Thank you. Okay. Teetotalers, Vineet and I, we were also messy countries, and we happened to celebrate 2 Holies in '93. We first went to Uttarakhand, that time Uttar Pradesh, of course, for a short visit, and we celebrated Holi there. He, of course, ended up breaking his leg, and too much dancing and singing, and actually running down a slope. We came back, and our senior said, "Yaar, Holi karte hain," and it was their choti Holi. Some Holi, and yeah, whatever, we created our own Holi. It was like, we were isolated from here to Nehru Nagar, was like an days long expedition. So anyway, we went and got some thandai, cannabis sativa for those. And of course we tasted it. Chadi nahi, so we ended up drinking about 6 or 7 glasses each, and you know what happens, the reaction was slow, and so there were a few of us who were all blown for the next few days. I don't know, it was just great fun, and but here's a challenge, I'll leave with a challenge. There is a fake fossil on campus. For whoever discovers that fake fossil, it's very prominent. I will give them Pranay's book.
Plans of how to, crack that challenge. And next, I'd like to invite Mr. Pradeep Tharakan.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Pradeep Tharakan. Just a show of hands. Anybody here from Bangalore? Anybody here from Kerala? Very nice. Okay. So, Well, I'm from the 92-94 batch, so I got here from Bangalore. I'm a Malayali by origin, and so my sort of journey here through the 2 years of IFM, and since then is I basically try to reinterpret the second I in the way I saw it. The first was to integrate. So coming from Bangalore, first time in Northern India, I got to meet people from places I hadn't even heard of. Jodhpur, you've already heard that before. Arunachal Pradesh, people from rural parts of Bihar. It was a fantastic experience. And what I said to myself was, there are two things I'm going to do to integrate. I'm going to learn language. It wasn't part of the curriculum, but I'm going to go, and the easiest way to learn a language is to learn the slang, the Galis. And my classmates were more than willing to teach me. I owe a lot of gratitude. People like Anish, Vineet, who have taught me things that I may not repeat in polite company. I do teach it to my boys, and I tell them where not to use it. So if you use Bhojpuri in Bangkok, for instance, and that'll be right? So things like that, and food. So it was a great journey in terms of the culinary aspects. So that was the first part of the I, being integrate. And the second was to interface. I always had trouble committing to anything in terms of studying, right? Any particular topic. And IFM gave me the opportunity to learn a whole bunch of things. You could do a little bit of accounting, you could do a little bit of forestry, you could do a little bit of management, and mix and match it all together. And I took that sort of perspective with me in life. I still have trouble committing to anything to do for a long period of time, except to the spouse, of course. So yeah, I mean, from IFM, then I went on to work for a market research firm. I did some project management for a private company. Then went on to get a degree in public policy and another in environmental science. And my current work essentially involves working with governments and large publicly owned enterprises, getting them to change behavior, getting them to consider cleaner technologies, clean energy, clean tech, investments in those areas, and sort of help to move countries away from the current track of using extensive fossil energy to using more cleaner forms of energy. So that's and the third aspect, I think, is something for all of you to keep in mind, is as all of you sitting as classmates and cohorts, is you never know who the person next to you is going to become in 25 years. When I see my classmates today, it's an amazing thing. That's a third eye, right? The ingredients. Because what IFM gave us, I think, is the analogy to use is kapur noodles. Do you guys know kapur noodles? Very popular in Southeast Asia, right? So the noodle comes in a cup. It's not the best thing to eat, but it gets you through hostel life. And it's got all the ingredients in it already. All you got to do is add some hot water. And then you see the thing transform, right, into a meal. I think that's what IFM is. The ingredients are already there in you. You come with it. Your energy, your hunger, your perspectives, the experience is there. And that hot water is IFM. It's the 2 years of IFM. So you're not going to be a cook in the 2 years here. That preparation is going to happen over the next 15 to 25 years. And then when you come back in 25 years, you will have the kinds of stories that you're hearing today. Some of you are going to be on the covers of newspapers or magazines. Some of you are going to start organizations. Some of you are going to try to make poor people rich and keep trying. Some of you are going to be writing papers and academic work. So that's the third eye. So the first thing, integrate. So use the opportunity to integrate, to learn Galis as well. Because there's nothing like a Gali to break the ice at a cocktail party. Let me tell you. Okay? You meet an Indian from anywhere. First you ask him his last name, figure out where he or she is from, and then talk to them in their lingo. That makes an instant connection. The deal is done. Right? The second, as I said, was interface. Connect the dots, work across disciplines, because that's what the future is about. Employment in the future. We don't know what kind of jobs you're going to have in 5 or 10 years. It's all about being flexible, being able to connect the dots. And the third is the ingredients. You have it in you. Use the hot water that you've been given, so that you as a dish is cooked over the next decade or 2 decades. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to call upon Mr. Mani Shankar.
मैं बहुत बदल गया हूँ।
शादी हो गई? शादी हो गई?
हाँ हो गई है। हो गई है। IFM, when I came to IFM,
I met a bunch of very energetic group of people as part of my batch. And now when I look back at these 25 years, some of them figured very prominently in my scheme of things. They actually shaped what I am today.
वैसे ही दिखता है.
Many, and when I'm seeing this whole bunch of people together after 25 years, let me say and admit that I feel very humble, and at the same time my heart swells with pride. And the best part of it is that these guys, they've just gone ahead, they've done really big things, and when they come here and they stand here and when they speak about them, let me tell you that they are not doing even an iota of justice to what they have achieved. I can just name people here, and they've done a lot more than what they tell you. We were trying to kind of get bios done. I was very hesitant in putting my bios, and finally my friend Anand Sinha threatened me with a low grade, and he said that अब तुम्हारा grade कटेगा because you're too late, और अब लिखो मत, आकर के बता देना. So that was also an experience when I was reading through those bios, and again I thought that my friends had not done justice to what they have achieved. And my memories, I can just go on and on. There are so many memories. Memories of Jayesh in pain, so much pain that a human being cannot endure, right? And he would just not say, he would not utter a word of, not express his pain, he will just bear it quietly. I don't know what kind of great determination can, make a human being behave like that. I said that people have not done justice with what they have achieved in their lives. This guy Vineet, he came here and he spoke about the memory lane and what he did here. Oh, he's done a lot more than what he was able to encapsulate in this period of time. I'm sure that many of you are already aware of it. But it's been fun, last 12, 15 hours, 16 hours that we've been together. We are looking forward to this. Yes, IFM is the place which has shaped me in a big way. We need to appreciate, express our gratitude to the institute, to the teachers who made us what we are today, to our peer group who challenged us when we were students and keep inspiring us even when we are out there in the world trying to make a mark or not trying to make a mark. I'll just conclude by saying that they had nicknamed me Ghalib, and these guys used to pull my leg a lot. So, there are various ways in which you live your life, right? I'll tell you one of the ways that I have lived my life, okay? And that will pretty much encapsulate. It may not inspire, and I'm sorry, because people are mostly out shaping things out there. But it goes like this, that अपनी मर्जी के कहाँ अपने सफर के हम हैं, रुख हवाओं का जिधर का है उधर के हम हैं.
Share her memory.
And morning, all professors. It's so good to see some of our professors who've taught us. My name is Ratna. I was 25 and I'm from Lucknow. So Bhopal was an escape. Can you hear? Okay. Bhopal was an escape from the route that most mothers have for the daughters, which is, when can we marry you? And I was 25. So when I came here, I had no clue that IFM would be giving me something so close to me and forever for the next 25 years. I'm sincere. And on a lighter note, I've always been very studious. पता नहीं क्या problem थी यार, पढ़ाई से क्या करते रहना है, क्या क्यों करना है? Again, that comes from some of the friends who I got in IFM and who stayed with me. We've been fortunate in that way that we've been keeping in touch with most of our close friends. So the learning is, if you are in the toppers, you'll probably get to speak the last when you come back about the 25th week. Okay, don't bother. Don't bother. Okay, another is like the usual neck killing that you see here. This was the norm. These guys are the norm that if I happen to reply to a query and Professor Biswas sits here, he had to actually, almost settle, not a fist fight. I mean,